Okay, so here we are in 5th period. The class is working so quietly, unbelievably. Anyway, we're going to learn how to write a quadratic equation when given 3 points on a parabola. So first thing we need to remember here is we need to remember standard form. We also need to remember that the C value, okay, so given 3 points, we're going to write the quadratic equation. So starting off with our first point, our first coordinate is x, our second coordinate is -7, y. So plugging that in, -7 goes into y. We do not know a. We know that x is -2. We do not know b. We know x is -2. And we do know c, the y-intercept. It's right here. Okay, next let's plug this point in. We're going to have 13 goes in for y, and 2 goes in for x. And again, the y-intercept is -5. So when we have the y-intercept, we're going to write 2 equations with 2 unknowns. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this, we're going to simplify it and clean it up. So I'm going to start right here. -2 squared is 4, so we have 4a. Okay, -2 times b is -2b. And I'm going to go ahead and add the 5. So that's going to equal -2. Same thing, cleaning this one up, we have 4a, 2b, add the 5, so we get 18. Now, we want to solve this, and I'm going to go ahead and solve this using elimination method. So, since these two numbers are the same, I'm going to add the equations together. 4a plus 4a is 8a. -2b plus 2b cancels. And -2 plus 18 is 16. And so we can solve for a. So a equals 2. So we know a, we know c, and now all we need to find is b. So let's go ahead and plug 2 in. So we have, I'm just going to go ahead and use this equation right here. So 4 times 2 minus 2b equals -2. 8 minus 2b equals -2. Subtract the 8. Divide by -2. So now we know b is equal to 5. So what do we have now? So we know the equation. So y equals 2x squared plus 5x minus 5. A goes in, 2 goes in for A, 5 goes in for B, and our y-intercept is -5. That goes in for C. So there's our equation for these 3 points. Okay, you can stop there. or you can continue on with me for a more advanced problem. So, a more advanced problem. What do we do if we're given 3 points and we are not given the y-intercept? Okay, so notice with these 3 points, we are not given the y-intercept. So we're going to do the same process, but we're going to write an equation for all 3 points. So, -2 equals a times x squared plus b times x plus c. 2 equals a times x squared plus b times x plus c. -8 equals a times x squared plus b times x plus c. So now we have 3 equations and we have 3 unknowns. So let's clean this up. So starting with the first one, 9a minus 3b plus c equals -2. A plus b plus c equals 2. A plus, actually, minus b plus c equals -8. Okay, and so now we want to solve for a, b, and c. So we learned how to do this using the Gaussian elimination method. So let's start off by setting up a matrix. So I'm going to go ahead and put, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and switch them around. I'm going to go ahead and move row 2 up here to row 1. So I'm going to have 1, 1, 1, 2. Then I'm going to put 9, -3, 1, -2, 1, -1, 1, -8. Okay, Gaussian elimination method. So, recall that we want to change this to the identity matrix. And then our solutions will be on the right column. Okay, so going kind of quickly here, I'm going to go ahead and we want to make this into 0. So I'm going to take row 1 times -9, add it to row 2 to get a new row 2. And here, I'm going to go ahead and multiply row 1 by -1, add it to row 3 to get a new row 3. So -9 times 1 is -9, plus 9 is 0. -9 times 1 is -9, plus -3 is -12. -9 plus 1 is -8. -18 plus -2 is -20. Alright, so -1 times 1 is -1 plus 1 is 0. -1 plus -1 is -2. -1 plus 1 is 0. -2 plus -8 is -10. Alright, now I want to get my 1 in this spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch row 2 and row 3. And I'm going to divide row 3 by -2. So dividing everything by -2, I get a 1 here. So let's rewrite row 1. Row 3 becomes row 2. So 0 divided by -2 is 0, 1, 0, 5. Okay. Now I want the 0 here and a 0 here. So I'm going to take row 2 times 12, add it to row 3 to get a new row 3. Then I'm going to multiply row 2 by -1, add it to row 1 to get a new row 1. Okay, so let's do this. So 12 times 0 plus 0 is 0. 12 plus -12 is 0. 12 plus -8 is 4. 12 times 5 is 60. That's going to give us 40. I feel like I made a mistake somewhere. Let's double check my work here. This number here, back up here. I think I made a mistake on this one. Alright, figured it out. -12 times 0 is 0, plus -8 is -8, so that stays -8. And row 2 stays the same. Alright, multiplying row 2 by -1, adding it to row 1. -1 plus 1 is 0. 0 times -1 is 0 plus 1 is 1. That's going to give us -5 plus 2 is -3. Running out of time. We'll keep on going. I'm going to make this into a 1, so we're going to divide this row by -8. So we get 0, 0, 1, -5. Alright, almost done. We just need a 0 in this spot. So we're going to multiply row 3 by -1, add it to row 1. It's going to yield a new row 1. So we're going to have 0, 0, 1, -5, 0, 1, 0, 5, 1, 0. -1 times 1 is -1, plus 1 is 0. -1 times -5 is 5, plus -3 is 2. Okay, so here's our solutions. So, back up here. A is in the first column. So A equals 2. B equals 5. And C equals -5. So our quadratic equation would be 2x squared plus 5x minus 5. And yes, I planned that out to get the same answer with these 3 points. It's the same parabola, different points. All right. We'll see you guys. Hope you're having a good weekend.